Thanks for joining me on Favourite Moments. Three Bridges Thoroughbreds in central Victoria is home to two young stallions, Striker and Unencumbered. But they've already had plenty of success on the racetrack with horses they've bred, and also one memorable instance in the sales ring.
We were very grateful for Rick Jamieson to be given the honour of selling such a nice horse, and it was a real experience for all the stud, and it was probably a real experience for Inglis and anyone who was at the sale that year about how popular he was and how he was just a superstar horse. He would parade to perfection nearly every time and had a great attitude. We had night staff and we had guards with him, and we had done everything possible, and Inglis were very good. The day of the sale, we just paraded him around. There was no other horses in the parade ring or just his friend, and then walked down into the ring, and I'll never forget that there wasn't a spare spot to be seen anywhere in the sale ring. And then when the auction started, it was like lights went on and away it went, and it was still a really special moment, you know, not only for Rick Jamieson, but also for us and Inglis. And what was quite funny, the next day it was on every front page of every paper around Australia, and on the way to work, Robbie Carlisle, who was working with us then, who led the horse through, he stopped at a big newsstand in Sydney with a picture as big as him, leading it around with his uniform on, and all the staff got around it. It was a great picture to have.
The third of the last time at $5 million. History is made. $5 million buys you.
It's sort of all, it's a bit surreal when you look back at it, because the pressure leading into it was, you know, you just didn't want anything to happen to the horse, and you'd come this far, and, you know, he'd been such a good horse. Like, for his constitution, how he would just present well every time, and, you know, he was a credit, and it's a real tragedy for the industry that, you know, he had an accident and had to be put down, but, you know, I would have loved to have seen him race, because I thought he was going to be very special. Delago missed We Fold Down, and then we had a dispersal sale when we had Lakewood Stud in South Australia, and she topped our sale that day for weanlings. She made $105,000, and as life's gone on, it's all sort of come back in a full circle that she raced and won the Sires Produce, and she was Group 1 placed.
Signal given there racing. Oh, Danever missed the start 3 or 4 lengths, and Tarleton flew the gates and landed out in front of Bramble, and over on the inside pushing up now is Ulfa. Ulfa nice and handy from Changing Eyes, coming over quickly. Further out is Satin Robes, and there followed 2 or 3 further back would have been Furio, followed on the outside of it by Ready. Well back was Fun in Flight, followed by Delago Miss. Tarleton, Changing Eyes the leaders. Ulfa's gone up third, Bramble fourth, and Ready's off the track. Then Satin Robes, My Only Hope, the inside Furio, a length and a half to Lidio. Then Delago Miss, Fun in Flight, It's Logic. Danever's caught them now from Grand Destiny. Gate second to last, and 2 or 3 Majestical last of all. Changing Eyes having a tough run's gone up on the outside of Tarleton at the 600, a length and a half to Ready off the track from Bramble back in the centre. Changing Eyes is laying well off the track. It's hanging badly, Changing Eyes. All for fourth behind those on the fence when they turn from My Only Hope. Further back, Delago Missed into the straight. Tarleton leads from Bramble. Ready. Changing Eyes out in the middle. All for called on now, trying to get off the fence. Delago Missed, the grey running on. Furio up on the inside. It's Tarleton in front. Delago Missed. And Satin Robes getting out with Danever wider out on the track. Tarleton from Delago Missed. Elfa driving through. Danever down the outside with a big finish. It's Danever going up to Delago Missed and Elfa. It's an all haze finish coming up. Delago Missed, Elfa diving. They hit it. Delago Missed and Elfa. There's nothing in it.
Her owner, Peter Catalanis, has left the mare with us all these years, and we consider it that it's our mare. She's really part of the family, and she helped helped us all the way through it, and now she's in foal to Exceed and Excel, which is going to be a full brother and full sister to Instinction, who won 3 listed races and standing at stud in Queensland.
Set, and they're racing in the first. Bit of a patchy start. Verification. Smoke and Joey slow. Speediness was slow as well, and VWAP's out the back. And Mr. Make Believe pinged out, and he's found the lead comfortably in the early part. Here's the pressure though. Sea Lord comes over, and Dusty Star, and they both join the front runner. 2 lengths to Parthian settling fourth, and then Utah Saint Spacecraft. About 3 Instinction, 2.5 Mahasara, whatever, whenever. Another 3 lengths away then in the field is VWAP and Smoke and Joey, and another 3 lengths further back Verification and Speediness. So Dusty Star has the lead. Sea Lord 3/4 second. Mr. Make Believe a length and a half away third, a half to Parthian running fourth, and then Spacecraft. They're followed by Utah Saints, 2 Instinction, and then whatever, whenever. A length Mahasara VWAP being followed then by Smoke and Joey, Verification, Speediness. They've run it solidly coming to the turn. Dusty Star by a length to Sea Lord, Mr. Make Believe and Parthian. Then Spacecraft, Utah Saints, Red Sleeves, followed by Instinction. Mahasara peels out wide, and Smoke and Joey comes deep as well. It's Dusty Star from Sea Lord in the straight. Mr. Make Believe. Instinction's let down with a big run. Utah Saints comes with him. Instinction raced up in the middle of the course, got to Sea Lord. Then Utah Saints boxing on, and Dusty Star, but Instinction heavily tried at odds. VWAP runs on strongly, but Instinction wins the first by a length and a half. Dusty Star stayed on strongly, might grab the second from VWAP, who ran on well after being a bit slow to move. Sea Lord battled away.
Yeah, well, he was raised here at the farm, and I went to the sales, and Mick Price bought him for 300,000, which was a good price at the time. And then Mick trained him, raced him on, and you know, he's a beautiful grey horse and good-natured, great type. So, you know, he should have a bright future. Yeah, well, Rinky Dink come along at a very important time for us, because we just purchased a horse stud in South Australia, and we were really battling. We helped, together with a friend, bring Distorted Humour to Australia, so we sent a nice mare to him, and Rinky Dink was born, and she was always just a beautiful filly, and we took her to the sales in Adelaide. Didn't get a bid, only wanted 25,000, didn't get a bid in the ring, so we took her home and broke her in, and Rick Lacey come across and purchased her, and you know, from there she won the first start. She won a listed race at Flemington on Oaks Day, and then proceeded the next year to go on and win the Australasian Oaks, which was our first Group 1 winner, and it was just a fantastic moment, both for the stud, but mainly for the family and the other owners. And a person was up in the stand that day at the presentation and made comment that they've never seen a happier owner ever. And I said, well, I don't think you ever will, because it was, you know, really special that you know, she could win it, and it just sort of set our minds at ease that, you know, we've got the right procedures, and things are being done properly, and you can breed a Group 1 winner.
Foals took over and took off, led by 6 lengths as they come to the 1400 metre mark. Dane Beltar second inside Tingy Rana. Fourth, Rinky Dink having a lovely run behind them, and on her outside was Hidden Strings. 2 away came Revolutions on the inside of Rather Grand, and a length and a half Okawi to the inside of Regal Thrills. 3 lengths further back, Opio Miss from Demerger, Tully Bellotto, Song of the Sun from Chickadee Dowry, and last Star of Gretchen, who must be 30 to 40 lengths off the leader, Niagara Falls, and she's gone further ahead. She's 10 lengths in front at the 1,000. Dane Beltar second. Third on the outside is Tingy Rana, then Rinky Dink, followed by Hidden Strings. 3 away, Revolutions having a good run also from Rather Grand, then Regal Thrills on the outside of Okawi. 2 to Tully Bellotto, followed by improving through the centre now Demerger, and then came Opio Miss, followed by Dowry, Song of the Sun, Chickadee, Star of Gretchen. This leader still a mile in front. It's Niagara Falls, 8 lengths clear at the 500. Dane Beltar and Tingy Run are under a lot of pressure chasing. Rinky Dink's the one having a good run, just needs an ounce of luck to get through from Rather Grand. Revolutions is following Rinky Dink everywhere she goes. Around the corner, Niagara Falls, 3 in front, and the Schweppes Oaks into the clear. Rinky Dink runs on. Here's Revolutions down the outside. It's still Niagara Falls at the 200. They're tired chasing. Rinky Dink looks the danger. Then Dane Beltar from last Star of Gretchen's flying along the inside. Niagara Falls grabbed by Rinky Dink. Rinky Dink, Star of Gretchen lunging late. Rinky Dink won the Schweppes Oaks.
I was watching it with Toby and Yana down in the front of the racetrack in front of the grandstand, and it was just the happiest moment. There was a picture on the back page of the Advertiser the next day in Adelaide, the whole 3 of us all high-fiving each other, and it was a fantastic photo. Well, Hello Bell was sent to us as a weanling. She'd just been weaned off her mum by Michael Christian. And when she come, she had a real attitude. You couldn't give her a needle and you had to twitch her. She had a mind of her own. And she was a little bit dumpy in that. Anyway, she grew into this beautiful filly, and we went to the sales and in Melbourne at the Premier Sale, and Gay Waterhouse purchased her for $170,000. And then from there, she obviously turned out to be, she nearly won $1 million. She won a Group 2, second in the Blue Diamond behind Sepoy, and she was very unlucky not to be a Group 1 winner.
Now, King's Rose jumps away well, and Bell Sprinter jumped evenly down on the inside. They're headed immediately by Hello Well Bell. And also bouncing out pretty quickly is Excelentes. But as they settle fully now and through near the inside, Bell Sprinter has a share of the lead. Hello Well Bell just shading him on the outside. Excelentes is a bit deeper out. King's Rose just in behind the leading bunch, being closely followed then by Spirit of Boom and the Cheekers, who's outside. Metallurgical, Midsummer Music the widest, Live and Let Die a fair way back near the inside, and then came well back is Sistine Angel and Galar. So they're joining up with the course proper now, about 500 metres to go, and Excelentes out in the middle has gone to the lead ahead of Hello Well Bell. Bell Sprinter's being urged, trying to respond down on the inside, and here's Spirit of Boom now. He's letting down with a big run, and further back was Metallurgical, and King's Rose is getting up on the inside. Spirit of Boom race to Hello Well Bell. Bell Sprinter has responded. King's Rose getting home, and then Metallurgical. Hello Well Bell kicks on. Spirit of Boom died on his run. King's Rose after Hello Well Bell. Hello Well Bell in front. Hello Well Bell by a half to King's Rose. Spirit of Boom ran third. Galar's got home for fourth. Bell Sprinter weakened down on the inside, and then came Metallurgical.
And another highlight for the stud came at a personal level when Peter's son Toby sold this striker colt out of Denari at the Magic Millions sale on the Gold Coast.
It was special because Toby works really hard here on the farm, and he purchased a mare for $4,000. He obviously didn't get many expenses, and in December he got married to his lovely wife Sarah, and we thought we had a really nice horse too, and took it to the Gold Coast, and the reserve was $80,000 and it made $220,000, and it was really good for Toby to start your married life and get a good little boost along, and he's invested in a few more horses, and so it was great for the stud that we stand the stallion as well, and it was all three bridges with this horse, and it was really we're really proud, and hope Gerald has a lot of success with him.
Thanks for watching Favourite Moments. I hope you can join me next time when we look back at some of the highlights from one of the country's leading breeding operations. See you then.
Seamus Award in front. Happy Trails having the last lunge at him. He dives, misses. Seamus Award. The maiden has won it from Happy Trails and Fiorente.
Sidestep is running on from Sweet Idea, but Overreach a class above them, and Overreach wins the slipper.
Faulkner's raced up and grabbed them, and Faulkner's got up to win from Diademi. Fiorente just